Alright, yo, what's going on, everybody? Swagkage here, and welcome to today's video, where we're going to be talking about Boruto episode 10, titled The Investigation Begins. And unlike last week's episode, this one did actually do quite a bit of things to progress the story forward. It was nice. No need to worry about any battles with a fat movie star. This episode was quite a bit more interesting than last week's, I think, but I guess it was still uneventful. It's very easy to summarize with a pretty short explanation. But that said, it was a good episode, despite the fact that the animation was a bit questionable. And now I know I've struggled with finding a lot to say about episodes in the past, and that's caused me to keep reviews short. But I mean, this week it's like really bad because it's pretty much just more of the same Boruto antics. You know, the kids doing this, the kids doing that, trying to get to the bottom of what Boruto is now calling the ghost incident. Though at the very least, in this episode, it's a lot more direct. Boruto, Shikadai, and Mitsuki are actually walking all around the village looking for anybody giving off this evil aura, what they're now calling ghosts. And I mean, that's pretty much the whole episode. At least the whole part of the episode that focuses on Boruto anyway. Only other noteworthy details about that section of the episode are that Boruto initially cuts class because he thinks investigating the ghost incident is just that important, and he ends up getting in trouble with Hinata. Shikadai gets in big trouble for doing the same thing with Tamari. She leaves a big red slap mark on his face. I guess that was pretty funny. And despite getting into trouble, all three of the kids are still dedicated to figuring out a way to cut class and continue searching for more ghosts. But luckily for them, the next day, or one of the very soon to follow days, the kids in the academy, or at least the kids in Boruto's class, are given an assignment where they are supposed to get experience in the workplace. Not experience as a shinobi, but doing mundane tasks, since it's been a while since the series has made it clear, but as it was established in the Land of Waves arc all the way back at the beginning of part 1, regular people who just do regular jobs do still exist in this universe. So Chocho, Sarada, and their clique go to a nail salon. Iwabe and Denki go to a fireworks place, where I guess they just craft fireworks or whatever, but Boruto, Shikadai, and Mitsuki decide that they are going to go deliver mail. That way, while they're moving from house to house, they can search for any ghosts they might find, and they eliminate the risk of getting in trouble. Pretty solid win-win situation. Because Boruto is so focused on finding these people, though, he ends up completely messing up the mail order, so I guess that was funny. This actually causes the guy who runs the post office to revoke their privileges to deliver mail, and from that point on, while they're trying to gain work experience as per Shino's instructions, they have to do so by staying inside of the post office and just like counting stamp sheets. This causes them to miss a pretty important occurrence outside in the village, where at this water purification plant, somebody else is giving off the aura of the ghost, and I guess that's where the episode pretty much ends. But like the biggest thing in the episode is that the guy who's stealing chakra is like crippling and nearly killing the people he's doing it to. And as I'm sure you guys have probably guessed, he's siphoning this chakra through the use of whatever the ghost aura is. And there's a pretty big cliffhanger at the end of the episode, because we see Sumire, the class representative, she got bodied, dude. She got absolutely wrecked. It's not made apparent what happened to her, but she's definitely in a pickle from the looks of things. Other noteworthy stuff that goes on in the episode is Boruto and Naruto meet, which is pretty cool. The guys mention that there's a place called Senju Park. Sai shows up, and it's also said that whoever this villain guy is, they're gathering chakra, and they're also connected in some way, shape, or form to Hashirama Senju's cells. The Foundation and Danzo and the Anbu Black Ops also all get mentioned, which I guess is pretty cool. It's a nice throwback. It's also made evident that none of those organizations are really still a thing anymore. I don't know about the Anbu, but I know the Foundation was definitely disbanded after Danzo's death, which is great. Awesome news. But yeah, anyway. So I don't know what's going on with that, but it's made clear that Naruto, Sai, and Shikamaru are definitely gonna get on solving this thing. So hopefully we get to see more of that next week. Other than that, there's not really much else to say about this episode aside from like really minor stuff that I don't really feel like going over. But in general, I thought the episode was pretty good. It was actually quite a bit more enjoyable than most of the episodes that came before it, but ugh, man, I gotta talk about the animation. It was stiff, and the art was pretty definitely felt like they kind of pooped this episode out, and that sucks because the writing, directing, everything else was on point. It was a really good episode of Boruto, but it looks really ugly. Aside from that, though, the episode was fine. I'd give it a solid 4.5 out of 5, but taking the animation into consideration, I'd probably have to knock that down to a 4 or a 3.5 out of 5. Kinda distracting, but yeah, anyway, that's all from me. Let me know your thoughts about the episode in the comments down below, and I'm not gonna talk about the preview for next week's episode in this video, to avoid spoilers, and just because it's not really a part of this episode, it's a part of next week's episode, but I will say I am excited, so hopefully I have more to say about next week's episode, but until that comes out, I'll talk to you later. Swagkage out. Bye.